What's up guys, Tyler with TKF Life Outdoors. Today the family and I are going to load up Dolly and go out and do a little training. It's been a little while, so her and I are both a little rusty, but we're just going to kind of show you how we do a little maintenance training with her. Dolly's about 4 years old. She's an American Black Lab. We trained her ourselves, and she's probably one of the best dogs we've ever had. So let's get to it. So we really got caught up in how nice of a day this was, and we completely forgot to talk on camera and explain what we're doing. So I'm going to chime in here every now and then and kind of explain what I'm doing. But for the most part, I'm going to shut up and let y'all enjoy.
What you think?
Good kiddo. Sit. That's not too bumpy. So this past year's been really crazy for us, especially with Casey here, and we haven't gotten to get out and train Dolly as much as we'd really like to. So here I'm going to start with just a simple hold drill. This drill helps remind Dolly that we want her to hold those bumpers or the birds when we're actually hunting. We want her to hold those in her mouth with a firm grip, but not too firm. You don't want her to have a lazy hold where the bumper's flopping all around in her mouth, because when it's a bird, it could lead to a bird escaping. We want her to hold onto that bird no matter what until she's given the command to release. Now you may notice that sometimes Dolly holds the bumpers in her mouth a little crooked. It's because she's actually missing a canine tooth that we had to have pulled a few years back, so that's not a lazy hold. Here we're just following up with the heel command. When you're training your bird dog, you usually want your dog to be on the opposite side of your dominant shooting hand. So if you're a right-handed shooter, you want your dog on the left side. Here you can see Dolly's a little ramped up. She hasn't been ran in a while, so she's pretty excited, but usually when she's on her A game, she's not dancing around this much. We always start our training sessions off with a few mark retrieves. That's where the dog sees the bird go down and can visually lock on. Mark retrieves are a great tool in your toolbox. They help keep things fun and exciting for your dog and help keep their attention span on point. While we're doing these mark retrieves, we're going to use this time to really clean up our heel sit. You'll see that Dolly likes to inch forward sometimes, just out of pure excitement when we're throwing the bumper. So we want to make sure that she cleans that up and stays right where we want her. So when she does inch forward, we'll back her up a little bit, make sure she's in the right spot before we release her.
Mark. Heel. Heel.
And there you see me testing her. Before I send her, I kind of grunted a little bit or cleared my throat to see if she would break early. She did a great job realizing that that wasn't the command and didn't go. Now I'm introducing a few whistle commands. We really only have two that we train Dolly with. One whistle means stop and look at me, and two whistles means here, come back to me. Being able to control your dog on collar and whistle are probably the most important drills that you need to be doing with your dogs. We hunt where there's a lot of dangers and things that we don't want our dog to go around, and being able to control her when she's hundreds of yards away from me is key to keeping her safe. You'll notice during a lot of the retrieves that as soon as Dolly picks up the bumper, I'll go ahead and double tap that whistle. That just reinforces what that command is to come back here to me. Here I'm going to set up a basic short-range T-drill or baseball diamond. This setup has a bunch of different names, but basically if you imagine a baseball diamond, your dog is going to be sitting on the pitcher's mound, you're going to be on home plate, and you're going to have birds on all three bases. Now we do what's called a modified T-drill or modified baseball drill, and that's where I split second base into two separate little spots. And you'll see when the dog is facing me, she's going to have a pile of bumpers over her left shoulder and another pile of bumpers over her right shoulder. And you'll see a little bit later in the video why I like doing it this way.
And the big duck? The big duck.
It's our future duck hunter there. Now that we got everything set up, we're going to get the dog turned to where she's facing us on home base. This short range drill is just a great way to keep your dog sharp on the hand signals and whistle signals. And later on in the training session, we're going to move out a lot farther. But for now, I'm only keeping Dolly maybe 10 to 20 feet in front of me.
Back.
Now that we're running the drill, you can kind of see why I like the modified version better, where second base is split into two little sections. I can control which way Dolly turns when we push her back farther away from us. So if I want her to go over her left shoulder or over her right shoulder, and kind of angle her approach to whatever I'm guiding her towards. It just makes it a lot easier to fine-tune her routes.
Over.
When you're training your dogs, guys, just remember to keep it fun, keep it light, and keep it small and tight at first. You know, don't go for the biggest, longest retrieves right out of the gate, especially when your dog's rusty or you have a newer pup that you're training. You're just going to get frustrated, and so is your dog. And know that not every single training session is going to go great. Some days your dog's going to have a bad day. Other days you're going to have a bad day. And when you have a bad day, your dog usually has a bad day too, because they're really feeding off of your energy. It took me a long time to realize this, but once I did, it really opened up the possibilities, and it really grew the bond between Dolly and I.
Back.
Just remember, your dog is going to make mistakes, just like Dolly made a mistake right there. I tried to send her back right, and she ended up going over right. So I blew that whistle, stopped her before she got to the bumpers, before she got her treat, and then brought her back to me, reset, and did it again, and she did great.
Quack, quack. Quack, quack.
Back.
Now we're going to give Dolly a little break from the blind retrieves and give her something fun to do, so we're going to come over to the water and do some water marks. You'll see me kind of fussing at Dolly there because she shook off right next to me. We actually trained her not to do that because we got tired of getting wet, especially when it's nice and cold out. Now that we did a few marks in the water and got Dolly ramped back up, we're going to set up our baseball diamond or our T-drill again, except this time we're going to set it up about 50-60 yards out. You'll notice I'm pushing those bumpers out a little bit farther off the main line this time. Again, baby steps. The first time we kept it small and compact, now we're going to kind of open up the T-drill or the baseball drill a little bit more. When Dolly's on her A game, we can spread this out a little over 200 yards. But we found that based on everywhere we hunt, we never really send her more than 100 yards. So that's generally where we keep our training within. And you'll see there that Dolly definitely did not follow the line that I tried to send her on. So I had to scramble for that whistle real fast before she got to the wrong bumpers. But we stopped her, brought her back, and now we're going to reset and try again. Here I am just kind of pushing my hand around. She's supposed to follow my hand, and we're going to reset. She's going to give me a little attitude by shaking off next to me, and then we're going to get going again. You can see on that one her line wasn't the straightest, so we stopped her, gave her the back left command, and it took her straight to the bird. That's again why we love pushing the modified T drill or the modified baseball drill. And here's the most important part about training with your family, guys. Keep the baby entertained.
Back. 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 Back.
Now that Dolly's figured out the line I want her to follow, she has no problem following it every single time. One quick tip when running this baseball drill is don't stop your dog too many times at the crossroads to go left or right in a row. Your dog may start to anticipate it and may stop at the crossroads without the whistle being blown. So here you'll see I'll send her, stop her, send her left, and then on the next run she'll go all the way straight back, and then on the next one we'll stop her and go right. So we try to kind of keep it every other or even randomized so where the dog cannot anticipate it. And speaking of anticipating, you could see there that just because I shifted my weight to the right, she automatically anticipated I was going to push her right. So I stopped her and then gave her the left side signal just to throw her off and keep her on her toes. And here comes Casey.
What you doing? Can I help? Back. Back.
Alright, so now we're back at the water running some marks. We were going to run the T-drill in the water, but Dolly was starting to get a little tired and she was starting to slip up on listening to her command. So we backed it off, went back to keeping it simple, and we're just going to run some marks. Again, guys, don't forget, this is supposed to be fun, so have fun with it and make sure your dog has fun with it. And of course, just like every female in my house, she got to throw me a little attitude there.
She got good too.
And because she decided to get me wet, I figured she can go for a long retrieve on this one.
Go. Drop it. Wait.
Just remember, a tired dog is a good dog, and a good dog is a happy dog.
Go. Got it. Mark. Go. Oh! Good girl. Huh? Heel. Got it. Right. There you go. Good girl.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think about this video.